Welcome back to Tools and Clowns. I'm Chris.
I'm Carlos.
For today's episode, we are going to go over some major plot leaks for the Avengers Endgame.
So if you do not want to know what potentially could possibly in some reality happen, please switch off now. We'll give you 3.2 seconds to switch off.
3, 2.5. Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. But as we said, these are potential plot leaks. Obviously, we won't know for sure any of this stuff till the movie comes out. But these are the things that we've kind of found out through some research. So go for it, Carlos.
Okay. Number one, interesting graphic about number one here. Okay. The first one is, and I think this is when this got leaked the most. Okay. And they showed it because Ant-Man showed up in the final one. He has a van next to him. Right. The plot leak is obviously that they use a quantum realm because it's been overly...
but not only that, it's about time travel.
It's about time travel.
That they're going to travel through time.
Correct.
Using the quantum
realm, which time
purpose?
does not seem to happen in the same place.
To
go back and to get Infinity Stones from the past.
To do what with it?
To create a new Infinity Gauntlet.
Ooh, that's big. So that's how they're going to battle Thanos.
Correct.
Make their own Infinity Gauntlet. And steal the stones in the past.
And create their new
Thanos can get them.
And the word is that Tony Stark, being the best manipulator of metal, you like that? Manipulator of metal. Yeah. Manipulator of metal makes a new gauntlet, and they're going back and filling it.
Okay.
Which is an interesting part because we started a little debate about this, which we took off camera, which we'll try to bring on camera. But obviously, if they steal the first stone, how does he know? Because he finds out and he starts going after him, right?
So they say Thanos is going to figure out their plan and come after them. So how would they figure it out? The only thing I can think of is you go in the past, you take one of the stones, Avengers,
or just relocate it, right? So he never gets it.
So now Thanos doesn't have it in the.
It just disappears.
The present, it would disappear off his gauntlet.
Kind of like a Back to the Future in the picture.
Correct.
Brother, sister, Avengers.
That's right.
Same kind of thing. Obviously, then what we've come to determination in discussing is they obviously weren't smart enough to take the Time Stone.
Yeah, you would think the first thing they would do is go back and
take
get
the Time Stone.
They know who has it, Doctor Strange. Go get it from him. Make sure Thanos doesn't get it, and then he can't go back into the past.
He can't find you. You're done
to get them. Yeah. But that would make for a boring movie.
Because it'd be over in like half an hour.
Exactly.
Next thing's like bing, 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 bing. Dead. So they didn't get the Time Stone first.
So that'll be like the last one they get.
Probably because then they fight throughout time and he's following them, trying to keep the stones from getting taken away and so forth. So that's the first, I think, interesting plot leak. And from there,
seems to make sense because we've seen the footage and a lot of these leaks of going back into the older movies,
different haircuts, different hair colors.
So time travel, obviously, everyone thinks that's involved. Okay.
All right. Number two.
Going number two.
Number two. Okay. So one of the big stories is who survives, who doesn't. Okay. And I'm not talking about characters now because we know half of them died.
Right.
There are some major actors that has been well documented that they don't have contracts beyond this. Right. The two biggest ones being Captain America and Iron Man.
And I thought Thor too, but you seem to disagree.
I thought there was an extension because he's coming up for another Thor mini movie on his own. So I thought he had more contracts. Okay. The two big ones. So everyone's guessing which of these dies. So what we've read from multiple sources is that Cap dies. And how does he die,
Chris? But before that, what we've heard is that not only is Mjolnir gets restored.
Correct. Sorry. Yes. Mjolnir gets restored.
Thor and Captain America fight Thanos with Captain America wielding Mjolnir,
which is a great in itself. Oh, yeah. Remember, he was the one. If you guys recall, zap back and we'll get a nice little. Siri, I'm not talking to you. Siri, shh.
We're busy, Siri.
You remember in the original movie, which I know you'll be putting a clip like right here. Yeah. He kind of budged it, right? He just kind of budged it and was going. He kind of gets.
So
Thor
apparently
gets
he becomes worthy.
He becomes worthy,
and they fight there, and then
holding off Thanos
to protect their friends who are trying to escape. The two of them are holding off Thanos, and what happens?
Cap dies.
Did we hear the Cap
takes one for the team, Which in a typical Cap fashion, sacrifice himself.
He would do that. Yes.
He would do that. I don't think he's frozen in a block of ice at the bottom of the ocean this time.
You don't know.
I think he's dead. No. We'll get into this final argument that we're going to get into about death of characters in a second. So,
okay. So what's the
third one?
Third one.
Let's see here. The third one that we've talked about. Who then, at the final scene, takes on Thanos with a gauntlet of their own.
So we have an Infinity Gauntlet.
We have an Infinity Gauntlet. A full Infinity Gauntlet.
And not just anyone can use
an Infinity Gauntlet. No, because Thanos, as we know, is a pretty powerful guy.
Extremely powerful,
right. So I don't think Spider-Man's picking up this gauntlet.
Thor could probably wield it.
Thor could wield it.
Odin had one, apparently.
Maybe Captain America.
But Captain America, I don't know that he's physically able to.
Because he's not a god. He's not a guard.
So who could?
The word on the street is that Hulk. And the interesting part of this, it's not actually Hulk. It's Professor Hulk. So what happens is the two come together, Bruce Banner and the Hulk, come apart with their differences.
Right.
There's some inner conflict between the two, which is actually a subplot of them getting together, and they create a new character called Professor Hulk.
So in the comics, Professor Hulk is
Grey Hulk.
He's the strength of Hulk, but the mind of Bruce Banner.
He's less. He doesn't have the raging
so he's not
strength.
As strong.
He's not as
the
strong,
Hulk,
but he's got the wits.
Got Bruce
he's got
Banner's
the wits.
mind, right?
And the word is that he is the one in the final scene that goes fist to fist with Thanos in this new Infinity Gauntlet.
He wields the gauntlet.
Correct.
Against Thanos, and what happens?
He gets
he loses his arm in the process of being
chopped
Thanos,
off. We have a one-handed, which
well, it doesn't even say chopped off. Maybe
he loses it. Maybe it goes away. We don't know. Something he loses the arm that we believe is with the Infinity Gauntlet, but again, some of the facts are kind of still up in the air. And those are really kind of the three big.
And one other little thing that we heard is by changing some of the things from the past, like bringing Mjolnir back,
they made
the Guardians of the Galaxy never formed.
Correct.
Because of the changes.
Because of the changes that they happened. Because they got when the stones early, they didn't save the world together the first time. They didn't become a band.
They didn't have to, right? Yeah.
So, makes it interesting for kind of their next generation of movies, right? Is it about getting the grooves back together,
or is it going to be one of those once Hulk fixes everything in time, it resets everything back to the way it was supposed to be?
Which is interesting. So, the final thing I think we need to debate is death of the heroes. I am of the firm belief that both, and I'm not going to say Tony Stark and Captain America die. Right. And the argument we're having is that you don't believe that they're going to die. I think they're both going to die. Their contracts are up, and I know that Downey Jr. wants to go out. Right. This guy's got the ego of Iron Man. I mean, of Tony Stark. He wants to go out. He wants to be the one that saves the universe. Right. And he wants his character to be done because he's got a lot of other movies to make. Right. And I think he's kind of done with his character. Right.
And in my opinion, I think that the character of Tony Stark and Captain America and all these guys are too much of an asset for the company, and they're more likely to recast the role with someone else as Tony Stark than to kill him off. Because, like they do with Spider-Man, how many different Spider-Mans have they had now? Just because that actor isn't going to play the role anymore, why give up on Tony Stark playing the Iron Man? That is my thought.
But see, this is where I think that it's not going to be... we will have Iron Man, because when there's money... Well, we've learned...
I know what you're saying.
If there's money to be made, they're going to make a movie. Right. And I think, Spider-Man example, I don't know... Did you see the new Spider in the universe? Spider-Verse? Very good. Morales, right? A Hispanic? Yes. Right. Hispanic character takes on the role of Spider-Man. Great. Yep. In Iron Man, there have been more Iron Man than just Tony Stark. And I think they're going to kill Tony Stark, not Iron Man.
But you really think that people will go see somebody else in an Iron Man movie?
No one thought Tobey Maguire ever would do Tony Maguire.
I know. No, but if you have someone else playing Tony Stark...
They have got to come up with a young actor that's not Tony Stark.
But if you have someone playing Tony Stark, people will go, Tony Stark, we know Iron Man.
I don't think Tony Stark is the draw.
Like in the comic books, if you have the girl that becomes Iron Man for a while, I don't know that anyone knows that well enough to make that a draw for a movie.
They can't draw a B/C actor for it.
Right.
But it's too big of a character. Iron Man itself. But listen, honestly, before Downey Jr., Iron Man was not a big character.
No.
He was a tiny little character. He made this
character.
Right.
Character,
so now you don't need a Downey Jr. because Iron Man, the brand, has been made. So you need just like Spider-Man, I mean, the brand has been made.
It's Spider-Man that's the brand. So they've shown you they can different actors.
Right. So now it shows you that I think, yes, Iron Man is the brand that Spider-Man is now. Right. You just need another good actor to step into the role.
See, I think that they're better off replacing than doing...
Listen, you're wrong. So it's fine. It's happened many.
And yet,
so
the reality will show that I'm not wrong.
So with that, I think those are the 3 leaks.
Yeah,
hopefully you enjoyed them. Hopefully we didn't ruin the movie for you again. I hope we gave you plenty of 3.2 seconds to...
if you're still here watching this,
that means,
too late. We've already spoiled everything.
Sorry,
You should take your time stone, go back in time and not watch this.
And not watch this video.
Okay.
And then but still like the video.
Yeah, when you're doing it, though, before
like the video,
smash that like button. Subscribe,
yep, right. And absolutely. And
I'm Chris.
I'm Carlos.
And we're Tools and Clowns.
Infinity Gauntlet away.
See you next time.
Bye.